Here's what you missed on Phathead and Cande in the morning. Weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.
My Country 96.1, Phathead, Cande Roth. Finally, a great week of weather. We seem to be 70 and sunny today, about 75 to 78 Tuesday. Wednesday could be 78 to 80. Thursday looks like it's 82. Just beautiful. Here we go. Summertime. Dublin deck this Wednesday. Oh, yeah, finally. A full, nice, like 80 degrees sunny. Let's go. We're going to be very excited to get out there with you. Before we get into some of these other articles and things this morning, we already delved in earlier in the hour to our ticket blitzes. Again, if you were not listening, Cricket Wireless in Selden, great. Atomic Wings, can't say enough about them. They were fantastic, such good people. Love Brendan over there and all the food. They rope off the parking lot. We had a big party. Quacker Jack was there. Both places fantastic. And try that Nashville hot chicken sandwich. Very, very good. With the slaw on it. Yeah, it's good stuff. Hope to be back there at some point soon. But we discussed those events, and that will be on our recap later on at licountry.com from our earlier conversation. There was another event this weekend. Saturday night, I went to Jones Beach to see Luke Bryan. Took Abigail, that's my middle child, Abigail, my 15-year-old, and two of her friends, and Elijah, my 12-year-old. Leah, my 17-year-old, was working. She's out there. She's grinding, man. She is out there. She is a Dunkin' employee. Let me tell you something. This girl might own franchises one day. She reminds me of me when I was in high school working at a Carvel. I helped manage a Carvel way back in the day, 35 years ago or so. But yeah, she is out there doing her thing. So she didn't go to the show. Couple of things. First is we warned people on the air and on social media it was going to be cold. It was going to be blustery. Bring a jacket, bring a hoodie. A lot of you listened. That was good. I mean, look, May at Jones Beach on the water, regardless of how good the day is, you're going to get a chill there when the sun goes down. It was, I'm going to guess, upper 40s to very low 50s when Luke Bryan took the stage. I had the wool hat on. I had the hood up. It was beautiful. Felt good. It felt good as long as you were protected from the wind and you brought a hoodie. Felt good, but it was definitely chilly out there. We had a great time. Couple of things. So the openers of the show, Drake Milligan, who is just unbelievable. I want to say, I could have this wrong. I want to say he was on America's Got Talent. It could have been The Voice, but I feel like he was America's Got Talent. I don't know. Drake, fantastic. What a live show. What a great performer. If you want to support somebody's music that maybe you don't know much about, Drake Milligan, fantastic. He's like a honky-tonk Morgan Wallen. He's like an amped-up Josh Turner. I don't know. It's just really, he's got that country sound, but real like a youthful exuberance. Really good. Then there was Averiana. I've heard of Averiana. She was actually at Mulcahy's once before opening for someone. But when I told the girls, Abigail and her two friends, when I told them that Averiana was opening in the car, they went ballistic. They're like, oh, my God, I watch her on TikTok. Yeah, so the highlight of the night was them getting to meet Averiana. I thought that was pretty cool for a new artist. I like that. And George Burge, great dude. George Burge was the main support before Luke Bryan hit the stage, and he's awesome. Talented guy, a couple of big hits, and really good. But Luke, there's something incredible, and I told him this. This is how it went down. We were backstage hanging out, doing the pre-show hang, and there's a bunch of us in the room, and I saw Luke Bryan's manager, who she is in the Nashville world. Carrie Edwards is a famous manager in the Nashville world. She started with Luke, 20 years ago, whatever it was, whatever the number is. She manages Luke Bryan, Cole Swindell, Dylan Scott. She's got a bunch of people. And so I start telling her how it's incredible to me, after all these years, for an artist like Luke, and I meant this so complimentary, that an artist like Luke Bryan could actually, like, the minute tickets go on sale, sold out. And not only that, young audience. Now you have some older people going to the show, but now you have the parents bringing their kids. Now you see 20-something-year-olds out there by themselves going to the show. Like, a lot of young people grouped together, a lot of parents with kids grouped together. There's a real youthful feeling at a Luke show, and that is hard to do as artists get older. I mean, you see it with Chesney, right? Chesney, when he does his summer stadium tour stuff, that, that's a thing. That's a staple. You're like, oh, man, when Chesney's on tour in the summer, I'm going, right? That's like a thing you do. But at amphitheaters, and Luke Bryan, after all these years, incredible that he's not only bringing them out, but it seems like the audience is getting younger. And his manager said, could you please tell Luke that? Because sometimes, like any artist, you get self-conscious. You don't know what's going on out there occasionally. So we had a little chat, and I gave Luke a lot of love from our listeners, the My Country 96.1 listeners, and he was real excited to know about what's happening here. And he sees it. He's out there. He loves playing Jones Beach. He truly, one of his favorite venues to play, and he was so in a good frame of mind before the show, and really appreciative of all the fans of our radio station. So got a chance to talk to him about that in person, and the show was phenomenal, just great. And he looked great. He looked like, he's getting sleep. He looked a little healthier. He looked like he lost some weight. Really looked good. So props to Luke Bryan, and hope the touring continues for him for a long, long time. I know somebody who went to their 38th Luke Bryan show Saturday night at Jones Beach. They go all the time. They see Luke multiple times a year. Incredible. So it was a lot of fun. We had a great time out there. Want to get into some of these other things, by the way. This article about what you think, like what Americans think of themselves, trustworthy, loyal, like there's a whole list of things and questions that were asked in a very comprehensive poll. More than 70% of Americans believe they are above average in loyalty, honesty, and trustworthiness. Well, I mean, listen, we can't all be. I don't know if that's the right number. More than 70%. Boy, we really believe in ourselves, don't we? More than 60% believe they're above average in ethics. Again, are we at that number? Maybe. Reading ability. Most people, more than 60%, believe their reading ability is top-notch, their open-mindedness, their attention to detail, and their sense of humor. Yes, a lot of us have a very good impression of ourselves. The biggest swing in the other direction was empathy. As far as men, women, 69% of women think they're empathetic, more empathetic than average, compared to 56% of men. I feel I'm very empathetic. I could walk in a room, and in 2 minutes, I can tell, what's going on, what the kind of the scope of what's happening. I feel other people's emotions. I'm telling you, I can do that. I'm one of these people in the poll that thinks they're good at everything. I'm above average at empathy. I am. A few other stats in the survey talk about musical ability, singing, athletic ability. At least we're normal there. Less than 30% of Americans believe they have above average, effort and talent in music, singing, athletics, physical strength, art, attractiveness, things like that. So we seem to be okay there. Most of us do not think highly of ourselves in a lot of those categories. That seems to be a little more normal. And then I want to give you a trend before we wrap up here and move on to the bald and the beautiful at about 8:12. Quick trend. TikTok has a new trend, putting jalapenos in white wine. People are, and it's got to be white wine, particularly a chilled glass of Sauvignon Blanc with frozen jalapenos, and you slice them up, you leave the seeds in. People say it's divine, it's refreshing, it's light, it's got a little bit of spice, and the science kind of backs it up. One expert said, because the wine has organic compounds called pyrazines, which are found in bell peppers and jalapenos, this works. And as a matter of fact, Sauvignon Blanc even smells a little green and peppery, says one expert. So there's your trend. Cold glass Sauvignon Blanc, frozen jalapenos, just a couple of pieces sliced up and thrown in there with the seeds. Go ahead, give it a shot on a Friday night or a Monday. Maybe you need a little help tonight. Plenty more to do. You're bald and the beautiful up at about 8:12. Later in the 8 o'clock hour, National Days, Good News Stories. We'll give you the National Leave Work Early Day. Got the top excuses for you today. And a new greeting in stores. We'll tell you what people are saying when you walk into stores. Beautiful week. 70 today, 75 to 78 tomorrow, Wednesday, close to 80 for Dublin Deck, and even warmer on Thursday. Phathead and Cande, My Country, 96.1.
Phathead and Cande in the morning, weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.